Today we will be making the Singing Daffodil Trio. For this project, you're going to need some twigs, some rocks, some yellow yarn, some black yarn, some safety eyes, some pink yarn, a glue gun, some scissors, some stuffing, some green yarn, and a size 2.0 millimeter hook and a size 2.5 millimeter hook. Okay, let's get started. Okay, starting with our yellow yarn and our size 2.0 millimeter crochet hook, we're going to start with the magic ring. And we're going to chain 1. Now we're going to do 6 half double crochets inside this magic ring. Pull that closed. I'm going to slip stitch right into that very first half double crochet. I'm going to slip stitch only in the back loop. I'm going to chain 1. Inside that back loop only of that stitch that you joined in, we're going to do 2 single crochets. And chain 1. We're going to turn our work, and on those 2 single crochets we're going to increase. So 2 single crochets into that first stitch, and 2 single crochets into the next stitch. Going to chain 1. We're going to work 1 single crochet into each of these for rows 3, 4, and 5. For row 6, we're going to decrease in the first stitch, first 2 stitches, and we're going to decrease in the last 2 stitches. We're going to chain 1, turn your work, and chain 2. You're going to skip the first stitch and slip stitch into the second stitch. Now we're going to slip stitch all the way down the row. You should have 5 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, in that same back loop only that we started in, we're going to slip stitch. In the next stitch, the back loop only, we're going to slip stitch. We're going to chain 1, and in that back loop only, we're going to do 2 single crochets, and chain 1. We're going to work this one just like we did that one. So we're going to increase in the first 2 stitches, chain 1. We're going to work rows 3, 4, and 5 with 1 single crochet in each of those 4 stitches. For row 6, we're going to decrease in the first 2 stitches, and we are going to decrease in the next 2 stitches. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, chain 2, slip stitch into the second stitch from our hook, and then slip stitch all the way down. Slip stitch right into the back loop only of where we started all of this. Move to the next stitch, the back loop only. We're going to slip stitch in it. I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to work this petal just like we did the last 2. We'll do 2 single crochets into the back loop only. Chain 1, turn our work, increase. We'll work those petals all the way around for a total of 6 petals, working in the back loop only. On the last petal, you're going to slip stitch again into that back loop only of that last stitch that we did there. And you have the 6 petals. We're going to join in the back loop of that very first one we did. Going to chain 1, and working on those front loops, we're going to single crochet 2 into every one. We're going to turn our work so that we're working around the outside. So turn your work, that very first front loop under that petal. We're going to do 2 single crochets, and every front loop under every petal we will do 2 single crochets. I'm going to join with a slip stitch on the very first single crochet that we did. going to chain 1. We're going to work 1 single crochet around each of those 12 stitches. When we get to the 12th stitch, we're going to insert our needle and pull up 2 loops. We're going to take our pink yarn and we're going to join it to finish off that round. And then we're going to do 1 single crochet around again in each of these 12 stitches with the pink yarn.